in Nigeria who either work directly on the farm or indirectly in the primary and secondary industries which utilize agricultural materials as inputs. The farmers on the farm are those that are directly employed by agriculture, and then those in the processing industries, that is, those that process agricultural produce, also agriculture provides employment for them. And then there are some agro-allied industries, that is, those that produce sandals and then our bags are also agro-allied industries. So those that are employed there are indirectly employed by agriculture. Then source of income, which is our number 4. Agriculture serves as source of income. The sales of agricultural produce like cocoa, rubber, maize, livestock, and other finished products serve as source of income for the farmer and others involved in agro-allied industry. Then source of foreign exchange for the country. Nigeria exports agricultural products and produce like cocoa, palm produce in the form of palm oil or palm olein, and then we have the PKO, that's palm kernel oil. That is, after we've removed the palm oil, and then we now break the shell of the palm kernel, the nuts, if we should extract the oil, we will have palm kernel oil. So all those palm produce, rubber, coffee, all these, by the time they are being sold out to other countries or exported, the revenue that's accrued, that is, the revenue government gets from that, is being used to serve as source of income, source of foreign exchange to the country. Our next topic will be problems of agriculture and the possible solutions. That is, the next topic we'll be taking now is problems of agriculture and possible solutions. The first problem is land tenure system. What's land tenure system? Land tenure system is a pattern of land ownership. That is, we have different patterns of land ownership. That we'll discuss that later in our course of our study. Thus, the land ownership, which encourages farm ownership, family ownership of the land, prevents farmer who does not belong to such family from acquiring large areas of land necessary for commercial agriculture. That is, now let's consider an instance whereby you are from south of the country, and you find yourself in southwest or northern part of the country. You don't belong to that place, and for you to get land in that area will be difficult because you don't belong there. And that's the reason why it's a problem. That is the land tenure system, whereby when you find yourself in an area where you don't have inheritance of a land, you find it difficult to cultivate the ground and then produce agricultural produce. Now, what are the possible solutions? Government should acquire all the land, as in a case where it's acquired the land. In the case of land use decree of 1978, that is, then government makes some decree that government make a decree, land use decree, then that makes land available to farmers who want to practice commercial agriculture. Then another way of solving this land tenure system is government can change the land tenure system to encourage investment in agriculture. That is, when government change the land tenure system that does not favor interested farmers, by the time government change it to the one that will favor farmers that are interested in cultivating and then rearing of animals, just like the grazing, the creation of ranches and grazing plots for animals. Then number 3 is the government can also give support to large-scale plantation and farm settlement scheme. That is, when government acquire a big land of land and then they now partition it, provide houses for farmers, I'm talking about provision of farm settlements. That is, when government goes into the creation of farm settlement schemes, the government will provide the land, provide the housing, provide basic amenities like hospitals, light, electricity, pipe-borne water. Then the land tenure system problem will be solved, and then production will be high. Then number 4, cooperative farming can also be encouraged. Another problem of agricultural development is inadequate basic amenity. What are the basic amenities that we are talking about here? That's pipe-borne water, electricity, health facility. These are basic amenities needed on the farm, that is in the farm area. Inadequate basic amenities like pipe-borne water, health facilities, electricity in farm areas hinder or hamper the development of agricultural development. Just like now, let's take for instance, a farmer goes to work on his farm, got injured. If there's no health facility, then the production on his farm will be hindered, would be truncated. If the farmer should die, that means that is the end of the production. That is the production on his farm plots. Also, pipe-borne water. If there's no good water for the farmer to drink, that means the farmer can contact any pipe-borne disease, waterborne disease. And once the farmer is sick, he won't be able to go to farm to produce. Then electricity. Electricity is actually essential in the processing and then storage of agricultural produce. If there's no electricity, then all the agricultural produce the farmer is producing will deteriorate and then end being wasted. So, inadequate basic amenities, just as the one I've mentioned, is a key problem in agriculture. Now, what are the possible solutions? Government should provide basic amenities such as water, electricity, and then health facilities, so that they will ameliorate and then try and improve the living condition of the farmers in the farm. Then 2, government should provide health facilities and care, that is health care for the farmers. 3, government should also improve other infrastructural facilities in rural areas. That is the health facility, the water facilities, and then the electricity facilities. That is the pole, the wire, the cables should be improved. And then the 4th one is establishment of a well-equipped and efficient monitoring services to check and control natural hazards. That is, in a situation whereby maybe there's a storm that actually destroyed the cables and then the poles carrying the cables, there should be monitoring service to check and control and then repair all these anything that might be damaged during natural hazards. Then the number 3 problem that we'll be looking at is transport and communication. Lack of efficient or inadequate and lack of efficient transport and communication system also adversely affect agricultural production and development. Now, how does this affect it? Now, if the road that links the farm, the farms are mostly located in rural areas, and we know that roads that link rural areas are majorly bad. They are not good. They are not in good condition. And if these roads are in bad condition, the farm extension workers, that is the agricultural extension workers that ought to take the new development, will find it difficult in getting to these farmers. Then 2, if the farmers produce, how will they transport their produce to the urban centers or to the market? If the roads are not there, then there will be wastages on the farm. Then let's look at the communication also. If there's no communication link between the research centers, and then the farmers on the farm. Then all the researches, all the developments will get to the farm that will affect these developments. And that's the reason why transport and communication also pose a significant problem. That is, serve as a tug of war. That is, it's just like a major problem that affects agricultural production and development. And what are the possible solutions? Construction of good roads that links farm centers and the urban centers. That is, if we have good roads, the farm produce will be transported to the urban centers within the shortest frame of time, and then deterioration that usually occur on the road will be prevented. And then the accidents that might likely happen on the road will be averted. Then, 2, provision of suitable and efficient vehicles for the transportation of agricultural produce. Now, if good vehicles are being provided, vehicles that even if you being in it on a bad road, you won't feel it that much, then agricultural produce won't get deteriorated on the road. It won't get spoiled on the road. If it is a bad vehicle that will get spoiled like 4 to 5 times before getting to its final destination, and in the course of repairing it to